I guess we'll just do it from a ranked aspect, or just like my personal opinion on each character. Uh, but yeah, we'll start with Argus. What's happening with FA? I honestly don't know. I really don't know. But we'll see. Wondering where I've been? Yeah, I've just been busy. Argus, I'm gonna say he's B tier, a solid pick. Has good prio in lane. His ultimate is really good in team fights. And late game, he does shred tanks, so he's a solid pick. Aurora, I'm gonna say right now in the current meta, she's a great pick. She still counters certain characters like Crunch, Grux, and her wall has great utility. She used to be like a hard counter to steal, but now he has an augment where you can bull rush through his abilities, so she's not that good for like it down like a lot of like back divers. Boris, pretty much C tier. He's kind of the same way as Crunch. This character, he can get locked down pretty hard with CC late game, but he's really good early game, and he can snowball. If he gets a lead, he can snowball the game, but if he's behind, his character is like rough playing for behind. I would say Countess is S tier. This character is still broken in solo lane. She's still pretty solid in the jungle. She really has no losing matchups at all, and she just provides everything you need in a team fight. She can one-shot carries. She has heal, sustain, and she's really hard to lock down as well because she has an escape. Crunch, again, like I mentioned, the same thing as Boris. This character needs to get a lead or he's just awful from behind. Can easily be shut down with CC, so you have to pick him in certain team comps for him to work. Decker is always a strong pick. This is the strongest support in terms of like outputting damage with CC and peel. This character does everything that supports needs, and she's hard to kill as well because her hitbox is really small. She can stun at any like range in a team fight, and yeah, just an annoying thing to deal with her cage as well. Drongo is a great pick. Always a solid ADC to use because he has a silence, he has an escape.
Mercyy!
Depending on what AUG you use, he can be good with that. And we'll get back to the tier list after this queue. Alright, Feng Mao, pick or ban. This character is ridiculously strong. His passive to be able to get permanent power after each kill on every enemy on the team. Really strong. And you can build him Assassin or Bruiser and he performs just as good. I think Gadget is really strong. Any character that scales will always be strong. Over the course of the match, Gadget will get stacks for her power. Her ultimate still hits hard. You still can't see when you're inside of it, so sometimes you just take free damage. Gadget is A tier pick. I'm gonna say Gideon. Great pick. He does have a lot of counters, but if you can pick him into a matchup to where he gets like free ults and gets a lot of value on his ult, he can pump out a bunch of damage and lock people down with his root. He's really good in lane as well. He has 2 clearing abilities and an escape. Greystone, not the best character. What's really holding him back is his lack of CC. In lane, he's whatever. Not that good in the jungle because his gank potential is not that high. And his main like thing keeping him in C tier is his ult to be able to like soak up a lot of damage and then just ult and mitigate a bunch of like ongoing damage like Gideon ult or Gadget ult. So that's what got him up there. I think right now Grim is an average, C tier pick. He does do magic damage, which sets him apart from all the other ADCs, but he has a big hitbox, and I feel like he's easily, oh no, what happened to the tier list? There we go. But yeah, Grim is C tier compared to the other ADCs. I would rank Grux C, but he's been getting a lot of value because people has been playing him in different roles, such as like support. He can play jungle somewhat, but it's not the best pick. His main 2 picks are off lane and support, but in a support role, like if you provide dive potential because you can go to blink aug and then you can just get straight to the back line and just CC them with 3 abilities. So I'm put Grux at B tier. Howitzer, I'm gonna say C tier. What's holding him back is his hitbox. There's just other better mids right now. He has good wave clear, he has good poke, but he's easily shut down. And if you can take him out of his ultimate, this character cannot output a bunch of damage. Iggy, C tier. If you put him in a team comp where you can prio objectives, he can get on objectives and do a bunch of damage. But it's hard to fight at one place and get a lot of utility out of Iggy if you're not fighting on Orb and Fangtooth. Like, in fights outside of those spots, Iggy can't really like get set up in time, and he can't output as much damage as he would. At one point he was broken, but right now he's C tier. I'm gonna say Kallari B tier. You don't see a lot of Kallaris right now. A lot of people don't know how to play her. But she's a good assassin. If you get ahead early, she's super strong. If you're playing from behind, this character feels really bad. Chimera C tier. This character is only good early game, which is like his downfall, because late game, if he's not like somewhat ahead, he just gets blown up in fights. Character has no escapes or disengage from team fights, so if you jump in, you kind of just stuck. And a lot of teams, they know how to play smart. They can counter him and just prevent him from getting stacks in fights. Right now, Akira is A tier. Character's a good counter to a bunch of ADCs. Her Q all, she could 1K and basically smite an objective.
If you want this, switch back.
And
count us.
She just does really strong damage with any AUG that you pick on her, really.
Switch it back, bro.
Kwang is a must pick or ban. Right now, this character is definitely broken. I think I want to say he's the highest damage mage in the jungle. As well in offlane, he has sustain and can trade with his R&B. He can also play support. I've seen like supports like Penguin use Rifty on him and do a bunch of combos. This character is very strong in any role you put him in. Music audio, I got you. What's up, Dion? Alright, should be good. Belica A tier. This character can hold on 1 second, let me do a pick here. We want to play.
Time to focus.
Yeah, Belica should get one shot any squishy. Her drone is like very undervalued in team fights. A lot of people don't get good placement on the drone, and if you can place drones in team fights where you get a bunch of value, like hitting off 5 people at once that are just spamming abilities. She has really good CC with her Q. You can knock up multiple people in a team fight, and her burst is just pretty good. Morgan's just a great pick. I've been seeing people use her to counter Rena. She's not an AoE mage, so she's only good on like single targets. But she's pretty hard to kill because she has a lot of sustain. So if you know how to play Mori correctly and get in a position to output a bunch of damage, she can be a really strong pick in mid. Right now I'm gonna say Morin is must pick or ban. The character he counters too many characters. Like, you can't really play Fang Mao to him, can't really play counters to him, because if he sticks with the ADC, his Mesmer is just pretty broken. Top 3 support in the game. Can play him other roles. He's just hard to kill, hard to deal with, and his ult augment is one of the most annoying things in the game. He provides too much utility as a character, I think, and yeah, he's S tier. Alright, so what we got here? Murdoch C tier. You don't really pick this character over other ADCs. Has a little bit of utility, and his ult is like really good to secure kills across the map. Other than that, he's just a average ADC right now. Same thing with Muriel. She's not really prio over other supports. The advantage she has over other supports is just being able to split push and all in the team fights. But as far as like, she doesn't have any CC, and her appeal is only her shield. So they're just much better picks because CC is broken in this game. I think Narbadge is still a B tier pick. Morin just outshines him in every aspect because Narbadge got kind of nerfed to the ground, but he can still provide a lot of healing in team fights. He's just a little bit easier to kill compared to like Morin, and doesn't provide as much as Morin does. FaZe, she's a situational pick. I think she only still combos well with Sparrow, but she's just like a disruptor, you know. She can flash in, blind, flash out, whatever. She has a little bit of lockdown with her root, but I don't see her being picked in a lot of situations except for like a Sparrow team comp in duo lane. Rampage right now is S tier. You can play this character off lane. You can play him support. You can play him jungle. You can build him in different ways as well, depending on which AUG you play. His rock is one of the best CC abilities in the game. It's like Decker Ball, but you can be a lot more accurate with it. And his ult, you know, he can still tank in team fights, provide peel, dive the back line, deal damage. Everything you need in a jungler. Have his rest in peace. Yeah, this came already like that. Revenant, a solid pick. Just his ult alone, being able to isolate somebody in a team fight. You can take Gideon out of his ult. You can ult the jungler when you're looking to get an objective, and the other jungler can get free smite, or the jungler on your team gets free smite. He hits hard with his 4th shot augment. He has the root now in his kit, so in lane he shines good. The only thing stopping him really is his wave clear, so you need him paired up with a support that you can chain CC with, or give him like wave prio. I think Richter's A tier. This character is like hit or miss. Like you hit hooks, he's the best character in the game. You miss hooks, he's whatever. Has a lot of lockdown with his ult. Very tanky. And if you know how to play this character very well, you can get a lot of solid kills in team fights and in lane. Sereth, I feel like she's okay right now, B tier. She got nerfed a little bit, so she's not as strong as she used to be. But this character with a lead can 1v9. She can dive the back line. If you just know how to use your kit correctly and Q when you need to like be immune to damage, then she's very strong. I think Sev is S tier. Best scaling character in the game. Hard to kill late game. If you know how to stack, this character is one of the best in the game. He does the most damage as a tank. You don't have to build any single damage item on him for him to do damage. Very strong character. Shimby, she's okay right now. I'm not gonna say situational because you could play her in a bunch of matches, but she's not that strong compared to other junglers, off laners, and mid laners. But she's a good mage. Just what's stopping her is the lack of CC. Kind of similar like Greystone, but she's the mage virgin. Skylar, I still think Skylar's a great pick. She has a very strong ultimate. The fact that she can fly in the air and avoid a lot of damage makes her very good in team fights, especially late game, because it's harder to take her out the air. Her R&B is a tank shredder, so you pick her into like a team that has like a beefy team comp. She shreds tanks. Sparrow, C tier. At one point, Sparrow was S tier. Like she was really broken when she first came out with the AUGs with the Invis, but they nerfed her, made her balanced. Easy character to gank, easy character to lock down in team fights. You just gotta throw some CC on her and she's dead. Steel, this character's been good for a very, very long time. You can play him support, off lane. He's okay in the jungle, but there's better picks. But he just has every bit of his kit is CC. Has a lot of lockdown. It does a decent amount of damage, even in support role. One of the best peeling supports in the game. Terra, I'm gonna say right now she's C tier. She has a lot of counters, and her variation of AUGs just aren't the best. You really only ever pick one AUG on her, but she has a lot of counters. And yes, she has an ultimate that does immune to CC, but when that's gone, she's hard to like get into the back line because you just get CC'd. And her kit, you know, all she has is her dash. You know, she's a big target, so it's easy to lock her down. Faye, I think Faye is good right now. She's a great pick. Good wave clear. You can play her in different play styles depending on the AUG that you pick, like the healing AUG. Yeah. Her ultimate is still very good in team fights. Just a solid mage in mid. And she counters a lot of people too, like Howie. She's really good into Howie. I think she's really good into characters like Belica because Belica can't get out of her ult. So Faye's a solid pick. TB right now is S tier. This character is like does the most damage. 3 grenades. It's pretty broken. He also has his ult that scales with crit now, so like that thing's beams, and if you just sit in that, I mean, it's just a really good kill securing ability. people that are just almost getting away, you can just ult them and secure a kill. Wraith, very strong right now. This character kind of has a skill, but when you get like 3 to 4 items on him, he can snowball a fight. And if you do not track him in team fights and let him free cast, he will 1v5. Wukong, I think it's still a solid pick. He's not as strong in lane due to his nerfs, but in the jungle, you know, annoying character to deal with. Always gets out one shot. It has good utility to put in team fights as far as like CC, blocking ranged abilities and autos, going in the air. So very good character still. I think Yin is good as well. She kind of underrated. Nobody really plays her, but when his character's ahead, she can 1v5. Her ult is good into characters like Sparrow, TB. There is some ADCs that counter her, like Kira. You can just use your Kira ult in her ult, as well as like Skylar Beam. But other than that, she counters a lot of characters too in the jungle, like Rampage Rock is good to play into Rampage because you can reflect. And she's good into characters like you can play her good into Wraith too, because if you're on a Wraith and you can time the R&B to reflect a snipe, you just out trade him. Yuri, she was very, very strong at one point, but she's kind of balanced now, so I'm going to say she's B tier. You can play her in lane. You can play her in jungle. This character from ahead shines really good. And she's one of the better picks in certain matchups. And you can build her Bruiser or Assassin as well. Yo, Em, I appreciate that raid, brother. Thank you so much. Hope you had a good stream. Zarus is A tier. This character has really no counters. You can play him into any matchup. Playing him from behind kind of struggles because he gets one shot even when you ult. But when you're at a decent lead and have a, you know, somewhat even matchup in the jungler as far as items goes, this character can provide a lot of utility in team fights. He can zone. He does a lot of damage and he scales hard. And then Zinx. This character is just, she's never picked. They need to do something with her to make her viable again. The revive is very easy to outplay. You just don't hit the person that she's ulting. And yeah, that's it for the tier list.